Welcome to our Middle East briefing program. Today, we're diving into some significant developments across the region. First up, the U.S. military has launched strikes against Iranian-backed militia targets in Syria, a response to recent attacks on American personnel. Though no U.S. troops were harmed, this action highlights the ongoing tensions in the area, especially following the escalation of violence after the Hamas attack in October. Next, in Amsterdam, police have arrested 5 more men connected to a violent incident involving Israeli soccer fans. This brings the total arrests to 8, and the situation has sparked conversations about integration and rising tensions in the Netherlands amidst the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The unrest has led to increased police presence and concerns about anti-Semitic attacks. Lastly, Turkey's President Erdogan is expressing optimism about a reset in relations with the U.S. following Donald Trump's election victory. However, experts remain skeptical about whether this will lead to meaningful changes in the strained relationship between the two NATO allies. Stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these pressing issues. Associated Press reports that the U.S. military launched strikes on Iranian-backed militia targets in Syria, hitting 9 locations in response to recent attacks on U.S. personnel. The U.S. Central Command confirmed that no American troops were injured during these retaliatory strikes. The Pentagon has not disclosed specific details about the attacked U.S. sites or the targets of the strikes. This action comes amid heightened tensions following the Hamas attack on Israel and subsequent assaults on U.S. bases by Iran-aligned fighters in the region. The U.S. maintains approximately 900 personnel in Syria to support operations against Islamic State militants. According to the New York Times, Amsterdam police have arrested 5 more men in connection with anti-Semitic attacks on Israeli soccer fans, bringing the total number of detainees to 8. The assaults occurred after a match between an Israeli team and a Dutch team, with the arrested individuals aged between 18 and 37. Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof commented on the situation, indicating that the attackers primarily had a migration background, highlighting an ongoing integration issue. Tensions in Amsterdam have escalated due to the recent conflict in Gaza, leading to both peaceful protests and violent outbursts, including vandalism and riots requiring police intervention. Deutsche Welle highlights the positive reception of Donald Trump's election victory in Turkey, where President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has expressed a friendly relationship with the incoming U.S. leader. However, experts remain cautious about the potential for a significant shift in the historically strained relations between Turkey and the United States, both NATO allies. The election outcome has sparked discussions about a possible reset in diplomatic ties, yet analysts suggest that deep-rooted issues may hinder substantial progress. Yahoo US reports that the Philadelphia Eagles are optimistic about the return of Jordan Mailata, who has been sidelined for 4 games due to a hamstring injury. After activating Mailata's 21-day practice window, the team listed him as a full participant in their initial injury report, indicating he could return to the field for their upcoming game against the Commanders. Head coach Nick Sirianni expressed cautious optimism, noting the need for creativity in training given the short week. Meanwhile, other players like Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert are dealing with injuries, adding to the team's challenges as they prepare for a crucial matchup. The Associated Press highlights the ongoing controversy surrounding the International Criminal Court, ICC, as its chief prosecutor, Karim Khan, faces allegations of sexual misconduct. Despite the accusations, Khan has refused to step down while an external investigation is launched to ensure an impartial process. The allegations surfaced shortly before Khan sought arrest warrants against prominent figures, raising questions about the motivations behind the claims. Khan has denied the accusations and is eager to clear his name, while the investigation's details remain uncertain, with potential involvement from law enforcement and legal experts. South China Morning Post discusses China's controversial approach to marine conservation, particularly in the context of recent international discussions on protecting Antarctic marine life. China and Russia have blocked proposals for new marine protected areas, revealing a complex interplay of national interests and resource exploitation. While China promotes conservation efforts, its actions often contradict its rhetoric, as seen in the South China Sea where aggressive resource extraction threatens biodiversity. Critics argue that China's establishment of marine protected areas serves more to assert sovereignty than to genuinely protect the environment, highlighting the tension between economic ambitions and global conservation goals. New York Times. President-elect Donald Trump is in the process of assembling his cabinet, making significant appointments that signal his administration's priorities. He has chosen Elise Stefanik, a Republican congresswoman from New York, as the UN ambassador, despite her limited foreign policy experience. Trump also appointed Stephen Miller, known for his hardline immigration stance, as Deputy Chief of Staff, and designated Thomas Homan as the border czar. The implications of these appointments raise questions about U.S. foreign policy, especially regarding Israel, as many in the Israeli right hope that Trump's presidency will provide them with greater support for their agenda. However, Trump's unpredictability poses a risk to these ambitions, as his priorities may not always align with those of Israeli leaders. Yahoo US. A recent summit in Saudi Arabia, attended by representatives from over 50 Arab and Islamic nations, issued a strong condemnation of Israel's actions in Gaza and Lebanon, labeling them as aggressive and calling for an end to the violence. The final declaration urged international support to freeze Israel's participation in the United Nations and demanded an immediate ceasefire. The participants condemned what they described as genocide committed by the Israeli military in Gaza, highlighting the humanitarian crisis and the urgent need for a two-state solution. Saudi Foreign Minister Faisal bin Farhan emphasized that the inability of the international community to halt the aggression against Gaza reflects a significant failure, further complicating the ongoing conflict involving Hamas and Hezbollah. BBC. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman has escalated his criticism of Israel, labeling its actions in Gaza as genocide during a summit of Muslim leaders. He condemned Israeli assaults on both Gaza and Lebanon, calling for a complete withdrawal from these territories. The prince's remarks reflect a growing frustration among Arab leaders regarding the ongoing conflict, particularly following Hamas's deadly attack on Israel. The humanitarian toll has been staggering, with thousands reported dead in Gaza, including a significant number of women and children. As the summit unfolded, discussions also touched on the potential role of Donald Trump in mediating peace, given his complex history with the region and his favorable ties with Gulf nations, which hope he can leverage his influence to end the violence. Associated Press reports that Greek authorities have been tirelessly searching for a missing child after a migrant boat ran aground on the rocky shores of Samos in the Aegean Sea. The harrowing incident unfolded when a small inflatable dinghy, carrying 46 migrants, including 21 children, met with disaster. While most of the passengers managed to reach safety, one mother reported that her child fell into the water during the chaos of the boat hitting the rocks. Despite extensive efforts from diverse and Coast Guard patrols, no trace of the child has been found. This tragic event highlights the perilous journey many migrants undertake as they flee from regions in the Middle East, Africa, and Asia, seeking refuge and a better life in Europe. In a related event, the Greek Coast Guard rescued another group of 40 migrants, including 9 children, from an outlying islet and transported them to a reception center on the island of Chios. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email. Stocks to rise and sometimes shiver. Economy goes up and down. In this game, we wear the crown. Startups popping like the news. Crypto fashion headline views. Diversify your gains and play. Ride the wave, don't miss the day. Markets moving, never still. Cash in hand, it gives a thrill. Fortunes made and fortunes lost. Pay the price, no matter the cost. Traders hustling 9 to 5. In the numbers we all thrive. Interest rates, they steal the show. Up and down, they always go. Recession tails, inflation tails. Smooth and rocky market trails. Bears and bulls, they lead the dance. Every move a risky chance. Markets moving, never still. Cash in hand, it gives a thrill. Fortunes made and fortunes lost. Pay the price, no matter the cost. Listen,
the cost.